Hi, it's Mick from John Coghlan's Quo here, and I'd like to have a chat about Quo Guitar Sound. In particular, the rhythm guitar sound from 1972 to 1974, what we all think of as the classic period. The Piledriver, Hello, Quo era we're talking about here, and it's to do with the rhythm guitar, right? So as you probably know, I don't play a Telecaster, and rightly people question me over this. They say, come on Mick, why aren't you playing a Telecaster? You should be playing a Telecaster. And of course Rick didn't play a Telecaster between 1972 and 1974. His main guitar was a Gibson SG Junior, firstly, with the old back wing scratch plate on it, and then I believe that got stolen in Germany after a gig, and then Rick got a Gibson Les Paul Junior, which looks very similar. It's still got that double cutaway look, you know, the SG look, but it had a sort of rounder scratch plate on it, and it was fitted with a humbucker pickup. And so the reason that I don't play a Telecaster is because that's where I am. I'm with that period. So I don't play an SG Junior, but what I do play is my main guitar is a 1965 Gibson Melody Maker, which is very similar. So the SG Junior tends to be a bit neck heavy, and I prefer the Melody Maker because it's more balanced. It's got a better balance band. It's quite light, and also I seem to remember Rick did play one of these, and it was the black guitar that you often see when he was playing Backwater, Just Take Me, and 4500 times throughout the 70s and the 80s. It was a custom one which he had customized, but originally it would have looked like this before it was black. Anyway, what I've got is I've got a custom made P90 pickup in here, because the SG Junior that Rick was playing for Piledriver, the Piledriver period, had a P90 pickup fitted in it. And also he played his backline. One of his main feature of his backline at that period was one of these, and it is an HH IC100S, and these were very popular in the early 70s. Mark Bolan was using these. Andy Scott from the Suite, he liked the old HH gear, and so did Rick, it seems. So all I want to do is I just want to show you, give you a demonstration. I don't know how it's going to come out on there, because obviously this is a phone, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear what I'm hearing here, but I'm going to demonstrate it anyway, or try to. Okay, so bear with me. Right, so what we need to think about here is we're thinking about this. Okay, many of us, this is our favourite album, and so we will have thumbed the gatefold sleeve many times, and of course the clues are in the pictures, because if you look at what Rick's playing there, that is a Gibson SG Junior, which was his main guitar at that time. So the best one that you can probably demonstrate it with is, if you think about Don't Waste My Time, the original studio recording. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this, so bear with me. We've got it on the sustain channel because I believe Rick's setup at the time was he had it actually in the clean channel, which is on this side, and he used a colour sound distortion pedal, and which are very, very hard to find these days. They're very, very collectible. So what I've done is I'm just going into the sustain channel because it's just easier. So you're just getting the guitar into the amp, so you can hear what that's doing. Okay, so let's turn that off. Give it a try. Okay, so I think Don't Waste My Time studio version. The rhythm guitar break where he's just playing on his own. Although he's double tracked it, you should be able to get the idea, because this is what he was using. Okay, so here we go. There you have it. Right, now, I'll tell you what, a good example of the live, to hear it live, I don't know if you're aware of this one. This is a bootleg of the Paris Theatre 1973. Would have been the Piledriver tour. It was a BBC radio broadcast, but if you have a listen on this, if you've got this, you will hear Rick playing through this. Most of it is sort of playing, it seems to be playing through the clean channel, so it's a very sort of clean sound. But when he does Don't Waste My Time, you can hear when he switches the pedalling, when he does the rhythm break. And I think actually this was eventually officially released as the part of the BBC Sessions CD, box set CD thing that came out a few years ago. But it was originally, it was a bootleg, Ready Steady Quo. Good thing to have. Okay, moving on. We come to this. Now when they were recording this one, which was 73, this was where Rick had switched to the Gibson Les Paul Jr. with the humbucker in it. And there's a few good examples on here of where you can hear where he's using this. And so let's give it a whirl. Okay, I'm going to stick with this one. I should really switch to the Melody Maker with the humbucker in it, but I'm going to stick with this one. So I think you won't really notice the difference. I don't. So, anyway, we've got the same settings, and this is think studio version. Okay. Yeah, Caroline. I believe that certainly the first time that was ever played in the UK, it was actually that Reading Festival in '73, and if you've got the Robert Ellis book for you, there's some great pictures in there, and there's one particular one where you can see Rick's playing Caroline, and just behind him is the H&H, and so yeah, check it out. Yes, in fact, this one here. So, right, where were we? Oh yes, the Hello album. Oh, another good example is A Reason for Living. If you ever listen to the very beginning, just where it's just the guitar on its own, and then the voice comes in, it's that you have to bear with me because I had an operation on my little finger, and although it's alright, I can't do that stretch, you know, that F stretch, the hardest one of all. It's yeah. Anyway, let's see. It's the sound. Listen to the sound. Yep. Yeah. Go and have a listen to it. Put the headphones on and have a listen to it. Okay. Right. Moving on. We have, this was the first one that I ever got, and it was the current album at the time, and this is the one that really freaked me out and said, yep, love the Quo. And a lot of people, it's often referred to as Quo's heaviest album. And I think a lot of it is to do with, it's obviously Alan and Rick's influence on it, and something which I remember Francis sort of complaining about for years, that it was dominated by Alan and Rick, and the balance was redressed beyond level. But this has got a particular edginess about it that I think it really. A lot of it stems from Rick's guitar sound, which is, of course, where he was still using the H&H. And you can hear that when you go and listen to the tracks. They've got this particular sound, this guitar sound, that is unmistakable. So I'm just going to try a couple of things and see what you think. It's got this sort of slight fuzziness about it. It's very sort of toppy, and that I think is what gives it that harder edge. You know, that. Yeah, definitely. And another classic example. Another classic is, of course, this one. It's got something, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It's that slight fuzziness, I think.
but
good. Sounds good. I mean, I love that album. It probably is my favourite one, really. If I have to make a choice, it's the Quo album. But also, you say that, and then you go, oh yeah, but what about this and that? And you go, yeah. And this one, on the level, Rick was still using the H&H on this, because I've seen photos of the recording sessions, and he sat there, and he's got a Gibson Les Paul Deluxe, it looks like, I think, if memory serves me right. And behind him, he's got a 4x12, and sat on it is one of these. So even then, he was still experimenting with the H&H. Although I think by that time he ceased using it live. Although there was a period where he was sort of switching between the H&H and the acoustic amps, very similar to what Alan was using. And so yeah, he's definitely still experimenting, which is what they did in the studio, of course. They did use different guitars, yeah. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed our little session. It was all about the guitar sounds, you know, from that period, the 72 to the 74 period is all really, and how to get them all. And I'm certainly, this is the first time I've ever tried doing anything like this, and I mean, I'm certainly not in any position to be trying to show people how to play the guitar. I'm still trying to work it out myself. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you're ever at a JCQ gig and you come along to the sound check when you're a player, I'd say, yeah, come plug into my stack and have a listen for yourself. And a few folks have, and they've been surprised. And anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.